Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Micks, Mowers. So I'm joined with my little Ellie Bub today. She's come over because she's on summer holidays and a bit of company for Riley Boy. So we're going to be doing a lawnmower today. It's a bit weird. I think it's a champion with an RV150. I've got a sneaky feeling the Mower man has actually had a go at this because the other week I see on his video he put a Briggs & Stratton carb onto a SV150. And hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Micks, Mowers. So I'm joined with my little Ellie Bub today. She's come over because she's on summer holidays and a bit of company for Riley Boy. So we're going to be doing a lawnmower today. It's a bit weird. I think it's a champion with an RV150. I've got a sneaky feeling the Mower man has actually had a go at this because the other week I see on his video he put a Briggs & Stratton carb onto a SV150, and this is an RV150 with a Briggs & Stratton airbox on it. So I don't know whether you Mower man have been mucking about with lawnmowers, but it looks like I've got one of yours down here and we're quite a way apart. He's up in Leeds, I believe, that sort of way, and I'm right down on the south coast. So this is lawnmower number 5.
No.
Yeah, we've done 4.
That's
yeah, 5. Yeah, lawnmower number 5 of 8.
Where?
Outside.
Is he?
So we need to try and get it up and running if we can.
More time.
So we have been able to get this lawnmower to fire just by putting petrol down the head, but that's about it. It doesn't actually run on its own. The tank is empty. So we put some petrol in it. I don't think it needs anything else. It might need some cables, possibly. Don't know quite yet, no. But without further ado, let's get down and let's get dirty and let's check out this lawnmower number 5. Okay, so here it is. So this is an RV150 with a built-in tank. 2006. It's a Sovereign or something along that line, but it's got on the side of it a Quantum Briggs & Stratton airbox, and that is the wrong airbox for this. So yeah, I'm wondering whether Mr. Stamp has actually been doing some of his crossbreeding lawnmowers again, but we'll have a look into that. Is there any fuel in there, Riley? Oh, I'll get that undone.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, it's got a bit of petrol in there.
What do you want check for?
It smells a bit. But is the micro switch actually working, Riley? That's the thing. The cable's pulling back. Ah, do you hear that click? Do you hear that? If I pull the cable back, listen to it click. There. So now it may actually start because the micro switch wasn't actually pulled in. It wants a bit of work. It's not idling correctly. It feels like it wants to cut out, but the airbox could be absolutely covered. The mark switch is not working either. It's not where it should be. It needs adjusting slightly, and it probably a bit of a service up as well, this one. But let's get it on the bench and let's have a look, see what we can do to get this machine working properly. That marker switch is the first port of call. Right, so we've got it up on top. Now the main problem with these style of engines is that these come with these sealed tanks and they tend to split right across here. So before you do anything, it would pay to fill the tank right up to make sure you don't have those splits. And there's quite a bit of fuel in here, so I'm convinced it's going to be okay. That's a certainty. Yeah, Riley. Not quite yet, mate. Yeah, air filter's not too bad actually. I've seen a lot worse. This is definitely a homemade job. This isn't part of it. And I was joking aside here about the mower man doing what he done, but he was just trialing something. But this is, I think this is showing someone's experience with lawnmowers. Perhaps they're trying to make it work, I suppose, but it's not right. But the reason I say that is because it become apparent very shortly that the airflow pipe is not going to be connected where it should be. I'll show you that in a minute. And that's one of the reasons why the engine's probably not working as well as it should. So let me take this air box off and I'll show you exactly what I mean. Yeah, it's a good little workaround, but so there the SVR V150 bolt. Now when I remove this cover, that all drops down. But there's the air pipe and it's not connected to anything, and there's an air breather pipe just there. See, and that's a homemade job as well. So what we're after is, I'm going to do away with this and I'm going to try and find an SVR V150 box for it, because it should have an air pipe onto there and then onto the back of this, and that's just not going to work. I don't know whether they had that all linked in, possibly as a workaround. It could have been, but it wasn't actually on, and it's too far down. Yeah, it separates before it locks up to a carburetor. So we'll do away with that, and we'll go for a proper airbox for it. And that looks, no, that's not for BRIGGS. That's off of it could be for BRIGGS. I don't know. Bit of a mix and match. But we'll go for a proper SVR V150 box anyway. And I want to check the fuel next. So clamp the fuel off. It is running. I just want to check the state of the fuel. Because the engine needs to suck the correct amount of air in as well, you see. I've got one of some Mick's favourite clips on here. The vein of my life, these are. Oh, it's better. Got a linkage there that belongs up here, and then let's just tip that carburetor out. That's it. I'm not going to clean this carburetor because at the moment it is a working carb. That's better. And there's lots of gunk in there as well. I may have that carburetor apart, we'll see. Let's drain this fuel out and see what this fuel looks like. It's got that stagnant smell to it. In fact, the whole lot stinks, but if it's not, yeah, that fuel's had it. So fuel's had it. I expect the carburetor's had it, although it is running. Look at the colour of that fuel. It's like a urine sample. It's actually got the wrong style linkage up the top as well. It's got a Briggs and Stratton linkage on the top. So much wrong with this. But I mean, it was running, so I can't knock them for that. But it won't be running correctly. Right, that's all the fuel out. Right, not quite. That'll do. Best can drain out. And there's the fuel. Yellow, lots of sediment in the bottom of it. So that's not good. Is it worth me having the carburetor off, do you think? Or should I just leave it? Because it was actually running. I'm going to just take the bowl off just to have a sneaky peek inside the bowl. Okay, just found in my spare box a SVRV 150 airbox, proper one for it. Got the bolts for it. Just need to locate a filter. I should have one of those somewhere. That shouldn't be a problem. So just want to crack this bottom of this carb off. I'm just a bit inquisitive because the fuel was really manky. So I'm just a bit inquisitive, that's all. It's got that yellow look around it. Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's not good. Yeah. See, I'm surprised that even ran. Look at it. Let's have that main jet out whilst we're here. It's not too shabby, but look at all that rust inside there. How did that carburettor even run? But it did. I can't leave that in there. That jet was loose as well. It wasn't as tight as they normally are. There's the main jet. I want to take the tube out if it had come out. I like to get a small Allen key in there just to fish that out, because I like to get that out if I can. Okay, I got it. Literally just put this Allen key in the top and out it came. And yeah, they're plugged. That one, these bigger ones are plugged. And that's why I wanted to get it out. Had to come out. So now it's just a question of cleaning the tube up. Get it to run through all the holes. I'll get my filing kits out. Just to make sure that that actually runs. Oh, I got my files. Pardon me. What's this frog in this throat lock going on? The smallest one should be that one there. Ooh. That'd be that one. Right, got my files. Just now going to start to file these out. They're all mainly plugged. Especially the bigger ones. Yeah, it's plugged. That was definitely plugged. There it goes. That was okay. That was plugged at the back, I can see it is. Okay, they're all now running. They're good. How about the main jet? Just about to see daylight through that, literally just. So I'll go up a step. And I don't know if you can see that through there. There's not a lot of daylight, it's literally just the smallest amount. What's the next size up as well? Let's try that one. That's the one. That's much better. Let's give it a run through. And now so much more light through there, so that's better. So much gunk, so happy with that. That carburetor is now clean really. I'm not going to go too mad with it, because if it was running beforehand, then that's good. that'll be okay. So we put the float back in. There's a bit of gunk on the back end of a needle. See that gunk on there? That's got to come off. It's just grime. That leads to sticky floats. And on those needles, it only takes a very small amount for it not to work, not to run. Surprised that started. Old stale fuel, dirty carburetor, but it's a bit better condition now. So let me just put these bits to one side, try and get a bit of a cleaner surface to work off if I can. Bolt, bowl, needle, main jet, tube, float. So that needs cleaning out anyway. A lot of rust in there. And I'll get my little wire brush to do that. That's done. This looks like it's been some kind of, it's been treated with something like a silver spray, effectively. That's what it looks like. It looks like it's got something in there that perhaps at one stage didn't actually belong. Just a quick final clean up where I can, and then I'll be happy with this carburetor. Okay, let's rebuild it. So it's a lot cleaner than what it was. It probably won't start now. Tube goes in, main jet goes in. I can get hold of it. And just make sure that's well seated, and just check inside. If you see the top of the tube hanging out the carburetor there, you know you're about right. Good. One quick clean of carburetor of WD-40 straight through the middle. Yeah, that's running out of there, beautiful. Okay. Float system. There's a bit of crud just on the bottom side of that. Put that on. A bit more crud on there. That's it. That one now goes in. Put the pin in. Rider boy's singing Baby Shark. Quite don't want to go in there. There it goes. Right, let's just quickly test this, make sure this float's working. Nothing through there. Okay, that's good. That can go back on, and we want it so that the fuel in is there, and I want the 10mm to flood the carburetor at the front. Do those up. One final pin all the way around. That's it. I'll nick that with a spanner, get the lawnmower back on top, and we'll refit it. Get the SV150 air box, the proper one for it. Try and get the bolts, and I just need to get an air tube. I've got a spare one of those somewhere. That'll go onto there now. I just need to get an air tube to fit onto that. So let me find an air tube out my spares. Right, just loosely put the carburetor back together, and I've actually found a proper SV RV150 airbox pipe. Let's hook all that up. Oh, my fingers are too fat. That's it, like that's on. Now we can wind up. That's all on. Just got to find a 10mm bolt to go into there. Get the filter for it. I've got some filters for this. Clean that out. That'll go onto there. Oh, that way around. That's it all goes, and that's a proper box for it. So just get an air filter for that, and give it a clean 10mm bolt into there, and we're half assembled. Okay, 10mm bolts put in, air filters put in. Need one of these as well, just to go up the side as well. One with a bracket on it, so that you can put the yeah, I do. So you can put the pull cord up the top. Let's put that in. That'll make things a bit easier for the next customer. Okay, so that's that part done. Next, I think I've got one, but this has got the this end on it, so I think this is my last one of these I've got. So all I'm going to do, let me show you, bring it up to the touch and see what's going on. So first thing I want to do is get a pair of long nose snips, just so I can get rid of the armour. This one was a second hand one which I found, and it runs fine. It wants to go in down this side first, so hook that on, pull that back, and that just sits into there.
Daddy?
Yes, buddy?
Do you have a boy?
Yeah, he's doing his own live stream at the moment. We're doing this mower here at the moment, aren't we? And then this cable can come over. It can sit up on its handlebar. Yeah, 2 seconds, buddy. I'm nearly there. I'll be with you. That can then go into there. And let's now see if that's now connecting. It's running better than what it was. Let's now see how much slack we need to take out of that. So it's literally just not quite connecting. What we can do is, but saying that, I think I've just noticed something. I think I might have just noticed something. That's not in properly. That goes in there. That's a bit short, that's better there, like that. And now let's have a look down this end to see if that's actually now. Sorry for jittering about, but I'm trying to get you to watch everything as best I can. So now what we're after is for that to make the noise. Of course not. Right, I'm trying to look at another handle to see if I can get that to fit better. So I've put a slightly different handle on it, and if you listen, it's clicking. So that's fixed that little issue. Right, happy with that. I've got to check the blade yet, and also I want to have the spark plug out. It did run on it, which I understand fully, but this is a bit of a box job. This is. Just want to check the condition of the plug. Right, that's now been gapped, 30 thou. Let's put that in. I think we're nearly there. I just want to check the blade.
Everything's spicy,
See what that looks like.
But you're still here at all, everything's spicy. If so, then I can show you on this.
It's not right.
I've just had the float pin just come out of the carburetor, even though the bowl was shut.
and I can tighten that up in a bit.
Needs a bigger shop. Tell me about it, mate. Tell me about it. Yeah, this is only 9 foot by 6 foot. This sort of work area, mate.
Let's have a look.
Really big.
There's a bit of oil in there.
Right, so we'll put that back on the handle on that.
No, I'm doing an oil change on it as well. Cause that looks more like water to me than it does. Oil. Yeah, it's water. Right, I'm going to take that out and I'll fill it up with oil. I'll check the blade. If it needs sharpening, I'll give it a sharpen. Then we'll go outside and give this one a bit of a run up. Okay, oil's now done. Blade's been sharpened. It was battered, to be fair. So blade's done. Oil's done. What's that? That's just WD-40. I'll get a bit of clean off, take it outside, fill it up with fuel, and we'll go for a start, I think. See how we get on. Right. Moment of truth. I need to tighten up the carburetor bolts first. I didn't tighten them up yet. Let's put a bit of fuel in. I'll grab a 10mm spanner quickly and just tighten them bolts up. I haven't as of yet done that. Right, that's them tightened up. Fuel's in. Hi Riley boy. Let's go for a start, see what happens. Hang them up here. Yeah. Well, I'm going to try and start it up, mate, see what happens. Okay, so it's going to want to smoke for a while, so I'll tie the handle back and then put it around the side of the garden there, let it do its thing, and then I'll come back to it. Okay, so lawnmower number 5 is now up and running and working exactly how it should be. It's a rough little lawnmower. It's nothing special. Yeah, number 6 is next. So that'd be a cheap little lawnmower. It's had new spark plug, air filter, the airbox put back on where it should be. All that sort of good stuff. So that's good. So thank you very much for joining myself, Riley, and little Ellie on this episode of Micks Mowers. We hope to see you all again very, very soon. Don't forget to leave a comment down below, positive or negative. We don't really mind. And hit the old bell, and don't forget to subscribe. But until next time, don't forget, take it easy.